Now, Prime Minister Modi has arrived in China on that 3-day visit. In his first stop, President Xi Jinping's hometown Xi'an. During this visit, he'll be holding summit talks with the Chinese president on a range of issues, including the festering border dispute and China's plans for infrastructure projects in Pakistan-occupied Kashmir. There you can see the Prime Minister arriving and receiving this ceremonial welcome. Chinese dancers performing to greet Prime Minister Modi as he arrives there in Xi'an. Now, sources have told NDTV that the trade imbalance figure will figure high on the agenda, and today he has a few programs ahead of those summit level talks. Well, let's go across to Nidhi Razdan, who's in Beijing. Nidhi, tell us about the Prime Minister's program and how it's being reported there.
Well, the Prime Minister has an interesting day ahead of him. The very fact that he has landed in Xi'an and begins his trip from there is highly significant because it is President Xi Jinping's hometown, and it is the first time that China has broken protocol like this and received a foreign leader outside of the capital, Beijing. In fact, the story also figures prominently here in the Chinese media. I just want to hold up for you one of the leading newspapers here. This is the China Daily. And the China Daily has a pretty positive commentary on the visit. It says that Xi to give Modi a hometown welcome and talks about, a very huge reception and a highest level reception, as they call it, that Mr. Modi is going to receive in Xi'an today as he meets President Xi later. There's also an editorial inside the China Daily this morning. Their lead editorial, in fact, that says that the neighbors can usher in the Asian century, and essentially talks about how the two countries can move forward together despite all the differences that they face. So this morning, at least, the official media, this is all official media here, Gargi, is largely positive about this visit. The Prime Minister will be meeting President Xi for restricted level talks later this afternoon. That will be followed by the two leaders visiting the Wild Goose Pagoda, the spiritual structure that was constructed in memory of the famous Buddhist monk, the Chinese monk who had traveled to India many centuries ago. There will also be a banquet after that. So they will be together for about 4 or 5 hours. So while the two countries are looking at signing some 20 business agreements and also looking at the possibility of signing business deals that could total up to a significant $10 million or so. What's also important here is to flag the irritants in the relationship that will also come up in the course of Mr. Modi's discussions today and tomorrow here in Beijing. The first, of course, being the Chinese investments in Pakistan-occupied Kashmir, which President Xi had in fact announced when he went to Pakistan just last month, over which India also lodged a formal diplomatic protest. $46 billion is what the investment is in an economic corridor through POK, and that has India very, very concerned, despite the Chinese government saying that this is just a commercial project and is not something of concern. But India has officially protested about this, and the Prime Minister, we are told, will raise it. He will also reiterate India's concerns on stapled visas by the Chinese government for the residents of Arunachal Pradesh. It is a practice that still continues, though not as perhaps as regularly as it used to, but it is still going on. And in fact, we've also seen a hardening, Gargi, of the Chinese position on Arunachal Pradesh in recent years and in recent months in particular. Another newspaper carried a very hard-hitting piece just a couple of days ago by a government-affiliated think tank saying that the Prime Minister should not go to Arunachal Pradesh, saying that he was playing tricks on the border issue. And generally, we have seen the Chinese side protesting very strongly also when the PM had gone to Arunachal Pradesh in recent months, lodging a strong diplomatic protest about why he went there, although they had done that earlier. But the language that has been used now has been much sharper and much stronger. Therefore, sources in the Indian government at least believe that they don't expect to see any major substantive forward movement on the border issue. You might have more CBMs, you might have more measures announced to ensure peace and tranquility along the LAC, but they're going to wait and see whether the Chinese side has anything more significant to offer in terms of an out-of-the-box solution or forward movement on the boundary. The other key issue is, of course, the trade imbalance, which is probably going to be the most significant aspect of this visit, because that trade imbalance is so skewed in China's favor at the moment. The trade figures, the trade deficit is so high, it's now about $38 billion, according to the latest figures that were given to Parliament just yesterday. And therefore, what Mr. Modi is going to try and seek to do here is to begin to initiate steps to correct that. At the same time, there are also concerns that India has on China's very ambitious Silk Road projects by road and by sea, where they're looking to connect the country to Europe through Central Asia, through Asia. The maritime Silk Roads in particular is something that India is worried about, because they look at it as China sort of asserting itself in the Indian Ocean region. China is very keen to have India's support on that. India is expected, we are told by sources, to raise its reservations on that. In terms of the positives, the government is expected to announce, the two sides are expected to announce e-visas for Chinese tourists. We are told that the Prime Minister's office overruled concerns of intelligence agencies back in India and will announce that. So these are the major takeaways expected from this visit. Lots of irritants remain in the relationship, Gargi, but certainly it appears that this is a chance for two strong leaders in their respective countries to make a new beginning.
Right, Nidhi, thanks so much for joining us with that. Nidhi Razdan there reporting from Beijing.